Okay. Good evening, everybody. Namaste. I'm Zubin Zaveri, and I welcome all of you to this particular live session where we will discuss about the markets, Nifty, Bank Nifty, and various other sectors. And along with that, if any particular questions that you need to have answers on, kindly feel free to post them in the comment section, and I'll try to answer most of them. Right. So let's begin, and let me share my screen today. All right. So this is Nifty monthly chart in front of you, and you can see that today Nifty opened up with a gap, and it did go about 23,000, but finally gave up towards the end of the day, and closed just around 0.5% positive from yesterday's close. And due to that, there is not much of an impact on this monthly candle. All right, the momentum is still in a bearish mode, and we feel that it can come towards the 76.4% retracement level, that is at 22,470, which may also coincide. All right, this particular level may also coincide with the moving average, the median line, 20 simple moving average over here, right? So 22,470, 22,450 seems to be a possible support for the market on the monthly time frame chart, right? Let's look at the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, over here, look at this. It created a doji. It's still in a doji format, and the 61.8%, 23,195, which it broke last week. All right. And that was the reason why, we can expect, since the momentum is also currently in a bearish mode only, though it has flattened out, the momentum has flattened out, but is still in a bearish mode. So uh, a possible 22,470 levels cannot be ruled out. We may see this particular level, all right, on the weekly chart. So monthly, weekly, both time frame charts, the Nifty momentum is in a bearish mode. Let's look at the daily time frame chart. So on the daily chart, if I zoom, this the momentum indicator has given a new buy signals. You can see the green line above the red line. All right. So today there is a buy signal from the momentum indicator on the daily time frame chart. And as we discussed, yeah, from yesterday's close, today it opened up with a gap. During the day, it did try to go up, but finally failed and closed where it opened today. Yeah, so that is around 0.5% positive. Creating a doji again, yet another doji, and we had seen that. Let me go down to 75-minute time frame chart. So yesterday in the Hindi session, we had seen that this particular gap, which was created on 27, that is yesterday, the gap down opening would act like a resistance level, and it did. So on the 75-minute chart, you can see this particular blue line, the moving average. I'll change the color of, first let me change the color of the horizontal line. All right, I'll take it to the green color, since it is a Fibonacci line over here. uh, okay, so that's dark green, or let me just remove it right now. Okay, so if we go on an hourly time frame chart, we can see that the 40 EMA, the blue moving average, all right, that is acting like a very strong resistance for Nifty. On the hourly chart as well, there was a buy signal early in the morning from the RMI. and this buy signal did take market up a little bit, but found a resistance from the 40 EMA. So tomorrow we need to check whether this 40 EMA, which is currently trading at 23071, so 23,100, I'm rounding it off to, needs to be broken on the upside. Only then we may see some further bounce back. All right. But since the weekly and monthly chart momentum is bearish, we still cannot rule more downside in the market. So don't get carried away with today's move in the morning. It did go up but did not sustain. So kindly wait, have patience, wait for a closing above this 40 EMA, the blue line on the hourly chart. All right, hourly or 75-minute, both will be around the same levels, 23,100. All right. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, so nothing much on the 15-minute here. On the 15-minute, this big red was you know probably a heartbreak for most of the people who went long, looking at the gap up opening and a follow through. So this was like a very strong move. All right, so still this candle, this big red candle, still shows that somewhere around 23,200 levels, there are lots and lots of sellers still waiting to for the market to come down. So this level becomes very important. 23,100, 200 becomes very important for market to sustain above it. All right, everybody with me on the same page now. Let us have a look at the other sentiment indicators. Now, one more important thing that is to be noted is that market kept on falling. Overall, it is still in a downtrend since around 21st of January from this red candle. But you can see the FII net index futures position in absolute numbers. You can see that there is some shorts that are being squared off. All right, there are some shorts that are being squared off by the FIIs from the oversold territory. Yep, from the oversold territory. So this comes with some silver lining in the dark cloud. All right. So maybe what can be done is that this indicator on and on alone, standalone, will not make sense. What will make sense is that on this daily time frame chart, if we draw a trend line, yeah, from this particular high to this particular high, if we draw a trend line like this, so you can see that Nifty is making a series of lower highs and lower lows. All right. We can also right click on this, say clone, and take this somewhere down here, over here. So you can clearly see that okay, the Nifty is trading in this channel downwards, and we will have to wait. Wait for what? Wait for Nifty to break above this and do something like this. So if Nifty does something like this over here in coming days, only and only then this particular indicator will make sense. So this is giving you an early signal that we are somewhere near the bottom, since FIIs have started squaring off their shots. All right. So this is some relief for the bulls. All right. Even the FI percentage, if you look at the percentage form, you can see that from the oversold level, the index has started, it was around 17%, 16% few days back, and now it's at around 22%. All right. And one more, our data on momentum swing. Let's have a look at the daily swing indicator. How did it perform? So it did come down to this oversold level, right? It did come down to oversold level and it bounced back. And one more good thing that we were expecting uh, earlier, right? That Nifty has made a lower low, but at the same time, the momentum index has made a higher low, creating a bullish divergence. So this is also some good news for the bulls who are actually waiting for a bounce back, right? uh, so the indicators are pointing towards a bounce back, but yes, it will be meaningful only and only if Nifty sustains above this particular trend line. All right, which is again coming somewhere at around 23,200 levels. So on the upside, this level needs to be watched. All right. Let us also look at the diffusion indicators. Yesterday in the Hindi session, we saw percentage of stocks about 200-day SMA. All right, to have a medium to long term view. And we can see that in the Nifty chart, on the Nifty chart, this percentage of stocks above 200 SMA, all right, has still not gone to the extreme level in the oversold. It's somewhere around 30% only. All right. Um, so that was Nifty 50. But if you look at the other indices, Nifty 500, Nifty 500 has gone to an extreme at 17%. And in the past, we have seen that whenever this particular indicator goes to an extreme and then bounces back, after that, we get a nice bottom. So we'll have to wait for a bounce back over here. So these were the two instances in the past 4 years. All right. Even if we go before the COVID, we can see that now a notable thing over here. See, when the first time, I'll zoom it up over here. So something like this possible is also possible, that when the first time over here it makes a bottom, Nifty bounces back a little bit, but again the it makes a crash, it makes a lower low, and this particular indicator makes a bullish divergence. So this is also a possibility. All right, this can happen. You can say that currently we may be somewhere over here. All right, and there could be a bounce back, and then it may fall down once again. All right, so there is a possibility like this. I hope you are understood. No questions as of now on Nifty view. Yeah. So something like this can also happen, and something like this can also happen where there is only once it comes down, and it simply bounces back. All right, it simply bounces back. So be as a trader or as an investor, we have to be ready for both the situations. It may simply bounce back also, and after a bounce, it may again come down once again. All right, it could be there because politics and what can happen after budget, we really cannot predict, right? I feel before budget market getting cooling. Yes, Mridulji, it may happen. All right. Before budget, the market may also rally tomorrow. We don't know, right? And on the budget day, it may crash. It may just cool off, and after the budget, it may just rally, or it may crash down further. There are n number of possibilities over here. So we will stick to what our indicators are, and we should, as a trader investor, we should have a plan for everything. All the possible scenarios can happen, and accordingly we will take our bets. All right. So yes, we are somewhere near the bottom. That is one thing which we can say. All right. A short term bottom, you can say. And for a long term bottom, for a long term trend, we'll connect these lines, and this line comes somewhere around 22,600. So until and unless Nifty does not go above 22,600, the trend, this particular medium term trend, will remain negative. So something like this could happen if there is some bunch of positive news flows, and market wants to make a bottom. So market can come up over here like this in few, maybe in a month, in the month of February. All right. And if there is a breakout from here, good enough, or else this can also be a possibility like this. All right. So this is still a far off thing, February, March thing, but immediately for the next week, for tomorrow, we can expect some bounce back. Clear, everybody? So that was Nifty 50 and 500. Let me also have a look at Nifty Mid Cap 100. Mid cap 100 also, this particular percentage of stocks about 200-day SMA has hit 21%, so almost at an extreme level. And small cap yesterday itself had gone below 20, and today it's at around 17. All right. So mid cap and small cap space needs to be watched out for. The small cap index, earlier in our earlier sessions, if you guys remember, we had said that this particular area would act like a support level now for the small cap index, and it does. You can also draw some Fibonacci retracements over here, like from this particular bottom. Oops, it's not a Fibonacci. Just hold on. Here we go. So I'm taking the November bottom and taking the top of December. So we get 1.6186. That is a Fibonacci support level at 15,958. So that's exactly where the small cap index has closed today. All right. So watch out for this particular index. Small cap, mid caps, are they bouncing back or not? All right. And now coming to the another index, you see Nifty, and we'll also see Bank Nifty now, right? So let's see what's the position in Bank Nifty. This is the 15-minute chart of Bank Nifty. A strong gap up opening, and finally in last few minutes, just like the Nifty, this index also came down. The momentum on the 15-minute chart is in the bearish mode. It has completed this cycle. Early morning it gave a buy signal over here with a gap up, and from there it gave the cycle is complete now. All right, but let me look at a higher time frame chart, 75-minute. Momentum is bullish on the 75-minute, and you can see that it is outperforming Nifty. Bank Nifty is outperforming Nifty, since on the 75-minute chart, the this 40 EMA, the blue line, okay, is the Nifty has closed, Bank Nifty has closed above 40 EMA, whereas Nifty is finding resistance from 40 EMA, of its 40 EMA, right? So this is some bank index is something that needs to be watched out for. Maybe it has a capacity to drag the market up. All right. And you can also see some nice, yesterday in the Bank Nifty, in the Hindi channel, we saw that there was a gap down opening, and this gap was acting like you know uh, resistance, and today it opened up with a gap. So this is something like at the same levels, where one day there is a gap down opening and immediately the other day there is a gap up opening. This becomes like an island reversal pattern. So yesterday's candle over here is will be termed like an island, and island reversal pattern is a trend reversal pattern. So it means that this particular downtrend has a potential to now, it has got converted and has a potential to go into an uptrend. And this particular gap area is something where we can watch out for. And again, if you check the line chart, this particular bottom has not been broken, and there is a volatility divergence. What is volatility divergence? You can check the video that I have made on Bollinger Band volatility divergence. It simply says that prices have tagged and went below the lower Bollinger Band when it made the first bottom, and when it made the second bottom, the prices did not even touch the lower band. From very far it just went away. So this is a bullish volatility divergence. And if the median line, which is acting like a resistance level for Bank Nifty, median line is 49,286. So from 49,286 to 50,124 is something which we can look at it. All right. And if you also see that if Nifty goes above this particular high, if Nifty breaks above the moving averages, it could also be a double bottom pattern, which is again a trend reversal. So as a investor, we'll have to wait again for Bank Nifty to close above the moving averages over here. All right. Let me look at the weekly chart. The momentum is still in a bearish mode, but prices are sustaining above the lower Bollinger Band. Yes, and that is something okay to watch out for. And on the monthly chart, the month is about to end. All right, and maybe it can take support from the median line that is at around 48,184. So if it takes support from the median line on the monthly chart, on the weekly chart, if it makes some maybe on Friday if ends higher than this particular opening, this could be a bullish engulfing, and maybe from there on it can show some reaction on the upside. All right. So yes, compared to Nifty, Bank Nifty is looking a bit strong. All right, and it has potential to take the Nifty up, but again we have to watch out on a longer run that this was a kind of a head and shoulder pattern or a triple top pattern, bearish pattern, which was broken on the downside or in the first week of January. All right, and it has remained below it. So this blue line, let me just thicken up this line over here. So this, or let me also change the color to orange. Yeah, so this orange line over here would act like a very, very strong resistance for Bank Nifty. All right. So any other doubts, questions? Today also Bank of India was up. Yes, absolutely, Midulji. Bank of India was up today. Dadu Saab saying Bank Nifty dragged Nifty away from 23 to 50. Yes, absolutely. And now maybe Bank Nifty would take Nifty up again, right? So this is Bank of India weekly chart. You can see. Let me just pull up the volumes as well. So good volumes, Bank of India. Bullish crossover on the weekly time frame chart. You can also see a bullish divergence over here. All right. So the results are also good for Bank of India. So things are looking bullish for Bank of India, but once again it's 40 EMA which is at 111. So we'll have to wait and watch if Bank of India is able to cross above the resistance level or not. And if it does, the next resistance level could be this gap area, and 130, 140 is something to watch out for. All right. On the daily chart, if you see both the days, yesterday and today, there was fantastic volumes, and with fantastic volumes, the prices has gone up. So the momentum is also in a bullish mode, right? Uh, all right. So Punjab National Bank. So banking are looking, PSU banks are looking positive. PNB is, a bullish crossover has happened in the momentum. A nice gap up opening today that you can see. Yeah, so this gap becomes the support level for PNB, and 100 to 102, this moving averages over here on the daily time frame will become like a resistance for PNB. And you can also check that over here, as per the closing basis, if we draw a trend line, so a bunch of resistance coming in over here. And we don't know in budget if there is something good comes up for public sector banks, it may just gap up, or just give a strong breakout and may go up. Could be possible. Weekly chart, PNB. So on the weekly time frame chart, uh, it's steady. The Bollinger Band is also contracting. There's a resistance, overhead resistance at 103, 106. All right, from the moving averages, the momentum indicator is in a bullish mode. All right, and on the monthly chart, we can see PNB taking support from the median line, but the momentum indicator is in a bearish mode as of now. All right, so something like this is something what is a little bit dangerous, where prices have gone up, but at the same time over here the volumes are not much. All right, over here the volumes are not much, compared to the volumes over here, but not a big problem, because especially on the fall, when PNB fell down over here, the volumes also dried up comparatively. So we'll have to wait, on the daily and the weekly time frame chart for PNB to close above its averages. All right. So will Nifty IT drag down Nifty? Okay, let's look at Nifty IT. Srinivas ji, Nifty IT is one sector. If we see on the scanners, RMI scanners, if we look at it, Nifty IT is something which has remained bullish, all right, compared to other stocks. So look at this, on the monthly chart, Nifty IT is the only sector where RMI is in a buy mode still now. All right, so we need to check out whether this becomes a sell or not. All right, but if we look at the chart in detail, so Nifty IT has some support level at around 38,761, this previous top. All right, so it has been bullish from July last year. All right, maybe there at the upper band there is some shooting star pattern, a doji over here. It may come down a little bit, but the trend overall may remain bullish if it takes support from here and bounces back. All right, so Nifty IT is something where on a shorter time frame chart, yes, we can see a lot of selling that has happened. All right, yesterday and even a little bit today, but has a strong support on this daily chart. These levels becomes a very strong support area for Nifty IT. You can also see that there was a gap earlier over here. So 40,000 is something that we need to watch out for in Nifty IT. All right. Rate cut is on the way. I'm speculating. Okay, let's see. As Nifty formed a short term bottom. Yes, Srinivas ji, that's what we discussed at the start of the session. Looking at the sentiment indicators and the diffusion indicators, we can see that the Nifty small cap 100 percentage of stocks above 200-day SMA have, they are at the extreme reading. All right, so we can say that yes, Nifty has is somewhere around the short term bottom. All right, and if we draw a trend line over here, this is the resistance for Nifty. All right, short term resistance for Nifty, and a longer term resistance for Nifty will be from year to year. All right, so these are the trend lines that needs to be watched out for. All right. Mm, Apollo Hospital 200-day SMA, please suggest. Okay, Sina P, Apollo Hospital. So Apollo Hospitals, let me put up our indicators. And which one did you mention? 200-day SMA. Okay, let me add an indicator. SMA moving average, simple. change it to 200. And let me also change the color to, maybe pink. Say okay, yes. So Apollo Hospital finds strong support over here from the 200-day SMA. 15th Jan, it bounced back nicely, took resistance from the shorter term moving averages, and now creating dojis over here. And momentum indicator has slightly, it has gone in a sell mode slightly. All right, but maybe if tomorrow it goes up, this would again turn into a buy mode. All right, so that was daily. Let us check the weekly time frame chart to understand the momentum indicator better. So momentum on the weekly time frame is in a bearish mode, you can see, and the 40 EMA on the weekly chart is proving the prices are somewhere around those levels only. So it could be like a make or break. But since it is at its lower Bollinger Band, this area 40 EMA and lower Bollinger Band together, this area proves to be a very strong support. If this support is broken, then probably the next level you could see is your 200 week moving average, right? On the monthly chart, the momentum has turned bearish. You can see that there is a kind of a bearish engulfing pattern near the upper Bollinger Band, and maybe this can revert down over here as well. So not a clear go ahead for Apollo Hospitals. Maybe on a short term basis, you need to watch out whether it's sustaining, or it is breaking below 200-day SMA or not. All right. Okay, so last view, Cumins for today. Cumins India. So Cumins India on the monthly chart is bearish out here. Just went below its median line. On the weekly chart as well, it's below its 40 EMA and maybe approaching its 200 week moving average, which is placed somewhere around 1900 2000 levels. Momentum is still bearish, and on the daily time frame chart, uh, again the momentum had turned bullish over here, but again it gave away. All right. So nothing much clearer on the upside as of now. uh, so we'll have to wait. Mridulji. All right, what is the support level? Let's do one thing. So on the weekly time frame chart, what can be done is we can draw some retracements from this bottom to this particular top, and 61.8 comes to 2629. Currently 2739, so maybe another $100. There is 61.8% retracements. All right, so you got the Cumins, today's momentum stocks. Yeah, Samir, what about the momentum stocks for the day? All right. So, my friends, this was about today, the live session. Thank you all for joining. And also remember, tomorrow we don't have any live session, but we have a live webinar which I will be conducting. And I will be conducting on a very fantastic topic, which is relatively new in our Indian markets, and that is called as RRG's relative rotation graph. So how to interpret the graphs, how to build your own portfolios over here. All right, and look at compare your stocks in your own portfolio, which is going strong on the daily, weekly, monthly time frame chart. So all these things, how to read this chart, we will be learning tomorrow. And don't worry, the link will be sent to you And please do join tomorrow for this exciting session on RRG, relative rotation graph. All right. So have a great evening and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.